Hi, everybody. I'm back. And we're going to get started very shortly. Oh, it's 3 o'clock right now. Let's get some people online and we'll be ready to go in just a minute. How is everyone doing today? I'm not seeing anyone live here, and so I'm wondering if I'm on. Can somebody say hello if you're there? There we go. There we go. I'm seeing people now. Okay. I feel as though I can get started. Hello, everyone. Hi, Fabiana. I hear you're in Mexico. I hope you're having a lovely time, and I hope you and Dale are doing great. I love you to death. Hello, Christopher Downing. Okay, so I'm going to get started. As you can see, we have like a bowling alley's worth of wine in front of us today. This came from my friends Marimar and Christina at Torres at Marimar Estate. So thank you so much for these wines. They are absolutely lovely. I'm going to talk through them today. I'm not going to be drinking this afternoon, but I'm going to walk through each of these and I'm going to talk about my great friendship with Marimar and Christina. So thank you to them. My call out for the day. I was talking to Christina Torres today, and I was asking, who should we call out? And she was like, let's call out the restaurants out there, restaurant workers and small businesses. As you know, I always talk about a nonprofit, and as the owner of a restaurant, we're kind of a nonprofit right now. All of those workers need help, and all those restaurants that are doing takeout, please go to them. Here in Guerneville, Boone and Pate's is open. Underwood and Grayton is open. Hazel is open. So many great restaurants to do takeout with. So whether you're in this area or anywhere else, please go support your local small businesses. It's really, really important. So I want to talk a little bit about how I discovered Marimar Estate. I was wine tasting with my friends John and Anders one day, and we looked on the map and saw Marimar's property on this wine road map, and we were like, we'd never been there. We thought it would be interesting. So we just went. And when we got there, they invited us to do a tapas and wine pairing, and it was incredible. So incredible that I joined the club immediately, which everyone should do. Join the Marimar Estate Wine Club if you're not a member already. I luckily got to go to their Pinot blending seminar. She has great events, and the Pinot blending seminar is one of them. And when I got there, I happened just to be seated next to Marimar. And it's a funny story how that happened. Alice, Marimar's one of the people that has been working with Marimar for years, Alice decided to sit Marimar and I next to one another because she said to me that day, I think you guys will be fast friends. And we are fast friends. She is dear to me. I love her to death. So Marimar, thank you for your friendship and for introducing me to some great wines. Okay, now let's get on to the wines. The first one is the Albarino. So Albarino is a Spanish grape from Galicia, and it is just so elegant and lovely, and I love that Marimar brought it back from Spain to grow here. This is a fresh and lively wine that just fills your mouth with flavor. It's got this very crisp finish, and it's super easy to drink. I highly recommend this wine. It's got such a great light flavor to it that you're gonna love it. The next one is the Rosalita Rosé of Pinot Noir. This is a newer wine from Marimar. I think she started doing this 2 summers ago, or 1 summer ago. This is a great wine. The first time I tasted it, I was like, oh my gosh, tastes like strawberries. And then I looked at the tasting notes and it said strawberries and notes of rose. And so that's so true. It's got this, it tastes like a basket of strawberries, but those rose notes are so wonderful. It's such an easy wine to drink, great porch wine, and pairs so well with some food. So I highly recommend this one. The Acero Chardonnay. Now, this is a really great Chardonnay. There are a lot of people that turn their nose up to Chardonnay, and they think that it's too buttery and it's too oaky. But what's great about this, Acero means steel in Spanish, and so this is a steel fermented Chardonnay. It sees no oak ever. So if you're not an oak fan in Chardonnay, I highly recommend giving this wine a try. It's got like honeysuckle and Meyer lemon, I think, comes to mind. And it's just so elegant. I think it's a wonderful, perfect wine. we used to sell this at the market and poured it by the glass, and people absolutely loved it. So again, this is another one of those great wines. Okay, now let's go to the back of my little bowling alley here and talk about these Pinots that we have. Okay, so I love Marimar's Pinots. They're just so great. And these are two of my absolute favorites. The first one is the Earthquake Block. Now, this is a wine club only wine. So if you want this wine, you're going to have to join Marimar's Wine Club. I think they may make some exceptions. You might call the winery and ask if they would sell it to you, but the story behind this wine, the name, is really interesting. In 1995, Marimar was planting the vineyard, and a storm came and created this big ravine, and she walked outside and said, "Oh my gosh, it looked like an earthquake struck." So they named it Earthquake Block. It's really absolutely incredible. It's got deep color and intense flavor. It's another supple and elegant wine, and again, wine club only. Great, delicious tasting, wonderful. This is, I think, one of my favorite Pinot Noirs in Sonoma County. This is the Muscovals. It's a cool climate wine. So cooler climate wines, the Sonoma Coast, which I love Sonoma Coast wines, but the grapes at the coast, because of the fog and the weather, the temperature, they have a tendency to be a little smaller but more concentrated fruit and flavor. So it's absolutely, absolutely excellent. Elegant, lots of finesse. Highly recommend this one. And the color is intense and incredible. So those are the wines. I will have a link to Marimar's site so you can go there and order wines. Oh, and by the way, they're offering, if you live in the area, they're offering curbside pickup of wines, and they'll also deliver wines, hand deliver to you, complimentary here in Sonoma County. So those are great. Give them a try. Okay, let's move these aside and get on to food. So another interesting thing about Marimar is she is a fellow cookbook author. This is her cookbook, The Spanish Table. I have worked my way through this book many times. You can see all the schmutz on the front of the cover because it sits on my counter while I'm cooking from it. But I'm gonna prepare two things from this book today that are super easy to make and that I absolutely love. So we're gonna start with a smoked salmon pate. And you're gonna love this because you hear pate, like I hear pate and I immediately think it's gonna be challenging to make. It's like a terrine, you gotta let it set. That's not the case with this one. It's really delicious. Let me get myself a glove. So the recipe is super simple. You need a half of an onion that we are going to, I'll just put it in here, and we're gonna chop that up. Fine. Here we go. Choppy chop. Super fine chop on the onion. Okay, now I'm gonna push some of these guys down here. And then we're gonna put in 8 ounces of smoked salmon. So this is 8 ounces of smoked salmon. Okay, and then I'm gonna put a little bit of salt in mine. There's no salt in her recipe, but I like a little bit of salt. And then she calls her white pepper. I am not a fan of white pepper. I don't know why, I just don't really love it. So I'm gonna use this black pepper that I have. So we'll get a half a teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper. Okay, now we're gonna get this rolling, and after the salmon is all cut up, we're gonna start to slowly pour a 1/4 cup of heavy cream into. Ooh, it's looking good. Okay, oh, that's so great. It looks so great. Okay, so I'm gonna run this one more time, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna get it into a bowl and into the refrigerator, and we'll let it set for like 10 minutes or so. It'll set a little bit more. You can leave it in there for 10 minutes or an hour or whenever you're about to serve it. You want to serve this immediately because it's so good. You can serve it with like crostini or on endive. I think it tastes really good on endive. It's so delicious. Look how great that looks. That's awesome. Okay, get this out of here. Into the fridge. I have a lot of smoked salmon. A lot of this salmon pate, so If anyone's looking for salmon pate for dinner, I'm your guy. I can leave it outside, right at the front door. Okay. I'm gonna get this in the fridge. I'll be right back. Okay, the next recipe is absolutely easy and delicious as well. This, as you remember, we made carrots a few weeks ago, the roasted carrots with turmeric and honey. This is a carrot salad that is absolutely incredible. So I went out and I got heirloom carrots. So they're like, this is like a rainbow. So it's gonna be a beautiful salad as well. It's shredded carrots with orange and pine nuts and lemon. So what you do is you squeeze about half of an orange. I used a blood orange because I love the color of blood orange. Oh, it gets all over the place. And then I'm gonna do half of a lemon. Oh, perfect, 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 perfect. Now, her recipe doesn't call for olive oil in this. I'm gonna put olive oil in it just because I like that, and a little bit of salt. So I'm gonna get my Olive Queen olive oil out. And then we're gonna give this a toss, and we're gonna get this in the fridge as well. There we go. So I love the idea of putting orange, like the juice of an orange in a salad, instead that being your acid instead of a vinegar. It's such a wonderful complement to these vegetables. Okay, let me just taste this because I'm curious. Oh God. You can taste the orange and the lemon together. It's absolutely delicious. Okay, set that aside. I'm gonna turn this around and I'm gonna toast some pine nuts right now. Okay, so we get our stove all heated up and we're gonna get about a tablespoon of olive oil in here and we're gonna get these pine nuts toasted up. And what we do is, once this is nice and warm, I'll put the pine nuts in here and we'll start to toast them. They only take a couple of minutes and you should stir them constantly so that they don't burn. There's a lot of oil in these as well, so they could burn very easily. So toast the pine nuts and then right before you serve the salad, toss the pine nuts in. It's that simple. So I'm gonna get these all toasted and ready to go, and then I'll put the pine nuts in and take a picture of it so you can see it. And I'll have the recipes on my Facebook page. I will have details on how to order Marimar's wine. And again, visit your local restaurants, okay? Everyone have a beautiful day. Thank you. Bye-bye.